Hello lovelies, it's Lesley. Not quite enough done considering how much time I've had, relatively. How are we all? I hope you're all doing okay. Thank you so much for all your comments and thoughts to last week and previous things I've put up here. And yeah, I just hope everyone's doing fine and having fun. Normally I vlog a couple of times in the week and then put them together and put it up on a Friday. Probably a one-take vlog this week, so therefore not a vlog. Not sure what you'd call it. Bit of a mess, probably. But anyway, working on my harvest, which I haven't done much on, but I just kind of pick it up and put it down when I'm here and knitting. And I need to pause while I just check where I'm at. That whole counting thing, you know, it does confuse me sometimes. So I hope you've had a good Easter, if it's something you celebrate. If you've had time off work for it, I hope you've enjoyed that. Life has gone on here pretty much as it was, so, excuse me. So Friday last week, Good Friday, went hospital visiting. Oh, excuse me. As expected, the roads were busy. I have to go on part of the M25, which is, for those outside the UK, it's an orbital motorway. It goes around London, basically. And it does get fairly busy. It's sometimes called the largest car park in the world. So the journey was longer going because lots of folks were going off on their Easter break. But coming back, I had a very clear run through, so that was fine. Everyone was where they wanted to be. The patient is doing well. I went back again on Monday and himself went yesterday. So yeah, the patient is doing well. They are still making steady progress. Still frustrated that they're not as well as they would like, but that's the nature of long haul recoveries. So yeah, we're doing fine, thanks. So that was Friday. Saturday and Sunday himself was away. He had a footy match in Yorkshire, so he went there. Came back empty-handed, I've got to say. I mean, he'd left a very nice Easter egg, but no yarn. Habits, standards are slipping, habits are dropping, you know. I mean, one doesn't like to be picky, but actually I'm lying, I do like to be. So that was the weekend. Like I say, Monday back at the hospital, and again, slow journey there, and fine coming home. I did wonder, with it being the end of the bank holiday weekend, if things would be very busy all day. But by the evening, I think because we'd had some not very nice weather, people had kind of set off early and got themselves home. So it meant by the evening when I was coming back, not too bad at all. So that was good. And then I've had a little bit of work this week, but because I'm off for the next 2 weeks, the work is less. So that's nice. It's a kind of easing my way in gently type of thing. So I've been doing bits of crafting and a bit of tidying up, mowed the lawns, you know, all the exciting stuff. But the useful stuff that you feel better for having done, even if it's not that exciting. This weekend is exciting because I'm going away with some friends. Yay! Yes, we are joining up on Saturday, and I have to go along the motorway that I go along to visit the hospital patient, so I will call in to them on the way, and same on the way back next week. But yes, catching up with some friends. These are friends that you've seen before, funeral professionals that we meet every now and again when we can. And we're heading to the West Midlands, so that will be lovely. Looking at the weather forecast, I don't think it's going to be terribly sunny or warm, but it is going to be dry, so we'll go with that. 3 of the 4 of us are knitters and crocheters, so we have woolies. You know, we'll keep warm. But it would just be lovely to see them and to catch up. We do Zoom calls and we talk to each other on WhatsApp a lot, but it's nice to just kind of catch up and chat, which is lovely. So that's the plan. And then, what else have I got next week? Oh, no, that's this week's calendar. It is going to be a period of kind of catching up with friends and running errands, I think, mostly. Because I've got meeting up for a friend with a friend for a coffee in the week, sorting out a time out with my mate Mand. Yeah, so just kind of pottering, nice things. Just at a leisurely pace, not the very fraught pace that we've had first part of the year. Obviously still be doing hospital visiting and that sort of thing, but yeah, just kind of going with the flow a bit, which will be very nice. So yes, that's that. I did a little crochet sample the other day, and it's the first time I've tried this edging, and I'm rather pleased with it. All I did, I was going to do a crab stitch edging. I was going to do it rather than say it. I was going to do a crab stitch edging, which is basically double crochet. That's UK terms, so US terms, single crochet. But whereas being right-handed, I work anti-clockwise, a crab stitch you work clockwise, so it gives you a slight sort of picot effect. The crab stitch didn't work so well, so I thought, well, I'll just do a regular double crochet but alternating colours. And I am very pleased with how that's turned out. So that's something I will be doing again. Very simple, very effective. Yeah, I'll be doing that again. So that turned out to be a little unexpected bonus in my crafting, which is always good fun. Crafting wise, just kind of carrying on with the projects that I've got on the go, hence the harvest. I have also gone against my own principles, because I normally take the view that if a pattern is paid for but it's not my size, I'm not going to buy it and then reverse engineer it to grade it up. You know, if I've paid for a pattern, I expect it to be a pattern that would fit me. But sometimes to do that exercise is good practice, particularly finish the tech editing course, looking to kind of go into that in a small way. So it's good practice to grade up a pattern, you know. So I have done that with the Penguono. This is the Stephen West pattern. I have the West Knits book here. And actually this is another factor, because I do have the book. It's not just I bought a pattern. I have the book, which has got a number of patterns in. To be honest, none of which fit me, but that's not the point. Where's the Penguono? So I have reverse engineered it, worked out how to create it using different gauges, because the thing is, this was in the earlier days of Stephen West patterns, when to make a bigger size he said do it with a thicker yarn, so he used gauge to grade, which means that you're not getting the drape and the fabric that you're expecting from having looked at the pattern. So if you want something my size, you've either got to have a very drapey fabric because you're using the weight of yarn that you would like, but with a larger needle, or you've got to bulk up the yarns, which then makes it a very warm, thick garment, which may not be quite what you want. And I had no idea that this pattern was so far through this book, otherwise I would have stopped and found it earlier. So the Penguono, let's try and find, there's the sort of classic picture of the Penguono. So it's a jacket, essentially. Not Not quite double-breasted, but not quite single-breasted. It can be worn either way up, in as much as you can have a big collar and a short jacket, or a flat collar and a long jacket. And it's a great way for busting stash. And a lot of people have made this using their hand spun, or they do it as a stash buster. You can see there it laid out. And I've wanted to make one for a while, because, I mean, come on, that's a pattern with my name written all over it if it's using up that many different colours, isn't it, really? But because of the sizing thing, I hadn't. And I'm going to do it. I don't know when I'm going to start. Soon, I feel. Especially now I've done the numbers, I'd like to test them and see if they work. So that's my next casting on project. Let's not pretend I'm going to finish something first, because I probably won't. But that is something I'm going to make. And just, it's been an exercise in my grading and maths skills. And that's how I'm justifying it to myself, rather than my usual, no, if I've paid for it, it should fit me. Or I won't pay for it. But I'd already got the book. So I could sit there looking at it resentfully, or I can get on with it. Anyway, I feel like I'm waffling. So I am going to say thank you for being here. Take very good care. Just one other thought though. I'm doing my Columbo, just one more thing. As I have the schematic now on my computer, because I've reworked the numbers, I could do a crochet version as well. That might happen. Let's do the knit version and see if I actually like wearing it first, shall we? Yes, so stop waffling, Lesley. I am going to take my camera with me on my adventures, so you can see some of the places that we go to. I'm not sure what we're doing beyond meeting up. You know, there will be tea or coffee drunk and knitting or crochet completed. So, you know, that's the main thrust of what we're up to. But we will be out and about, I'm sure. So we will, you'll see some pictures of that next week. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Whatever you're up to this week, I hope that you're keeping well and enjoying it and having fun and looking after yourselves. And I hope to see you again next week. Thanks very much, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.